Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the live stream. We are here in the second day of the Chesscom Classic Champions Chess Tour. And what an exciting day of chess we have ahead of us. We have Magnus Carlsen taking on Nodirbek Abdusattorov. That's a phone. And look at this. You can see Magnus there. Maybe there are certain technical issues here that the players are fixing because the round was planned to start at 8:45, but online chess always has its share of certain difficulties. We also have Arjun Erigaisi here, whose camera looks a little bit weird for the time being. His opponent today is MVL, who's here perfectly fit. You know, his camera is just amazing. Everything looks great for MVL. And he's all set to take on Ajubai. It's going to be a very exciting clash between MVL and Aju. Magnus takes on Nodirbek. And we have a lot of people here. I did not know that Arjun is in loser's bracket. Yes, Arjun is in the bracket right now. And right now we can see him. He's getting ready for the encounter. There you see Ajubai on your screen. Well, he's not meditating, guys. He is just frozen here. So all is well. Gukesh and Prag have been knocked out, guys. Oh, Demon Boy Gaming says Arjun won the late title Tuesday today even after missing round 1. He scored 10 out of 10, defeating Magnus in last round. Oh my god. That's an incredible feat by Arjun. It's just amazing. Who knows? Maybe he's just sitting there and I'll also show you what is happening in this tournament so that all those who are joining us today will have a fair idea of it. So if you look here, we have right now today's semifinals: Magnus Carlsen and Nodirbek Abdusattorov, Hikaru and Jan Nepomniachtchi. This is in the winners bracket. In the losers bracket, we have Fedoeev versus Caruana, Ding versus Artemiev, Wei Yi versus Aronian, MVL versus Arjun. So Arjun, if he wins this, he will play the winner of Levon and Wei Yi. That's how it looks. And I think today we will have the semis that will happen, and also 2 matches here in the losers bracket. And have the games already begun? Let's see if the games have started. Yes, games have started. Arjun Erigaisi and MVL are playing against each other. The game has begun. But somehow Arjun's camera is stuck. Bit unfortunate. We'll try to figure out how to fix this one. But as long as his position is fluid, it's okay if his camera is stuck. Okay, guys, let's go from the start. They've made so many moves. I think Arjun is super well prepared. So let's get the bars into the picture so that everyone can follow the games in one go. And we can have all of you being able to follow. So we have today 4 games here. And we have actually 2. We need 2 bars today because there is a winners bracket and a losers bracket. So let's do this. Add selected, and let me first add this one. Thank you all for your patience. So this is the winners bracket. Let's keep it here. And let's have also the losers bracket here. Yes. And yeah, this should work. 1600. And this one comes here. Thank you guys for the patience. Now we have all 6 bars in a row, so you can follow the games well. So that is sorted. And we will be looking at the games in a second. Okay, all good. So let's get back on the game. E4 c5 by Arjun, knight f3 e6. He played c3. Arjun pushed his pawn to d5, e5, knight comes out to c6, d4 played. So we have now transposed into a new opening. Guys, what is this opening that we have on the board? What is it called? Yes, French defense. Well done, Siddharth Saxena. Very quick. Bishop d7. Arjun Iyer, well done. Bishop e2. f6, striking in the center, Ajubai. Castles, take, take, take. Queen c7. And now he's attacking this pawn here. And guess what? MVL does not defend it. But of course, you can't take the pawn. Because of, guys, what's the winning move here for white? Let's go. Sorry. Yes. The right answer here is the very cool bishop h5 check. Well done, guys. All of you who have answered this. Arnav, Vijesh, Jai, Srirang, Gandhi Sins, Ramesh. Well done. Bishop h5 check and you lose the queen here. So that's the reason why he cannot take. He castled. a4. Now he took the pawn because there is no more a check. Knight a3. Knight f6. Knight b5. A very bad move actually. He just pushed it away. g3. Preparing this. Oh my god. And now very difficult move for Arjun. But he finds it. Queen b8. Brilliant. Brilliant move. b4. Because now if the idea was bishop f4. But it simply met with... Guys, what do you meet it with? Arjun finds this amazing move, queen b8. Yes, Jai Pandit, Pranay Akula, Gandhi Sins, Avik Mukherjee, Arnav, Wonder Boy, Saumik, Amit, Pawan, Nurul, Jenny. Very good. Just e5. And then this guy is hanging. So actually he played the move b4. Really complicating everything. e5 by Arjun. Maybe it was okay to take the knight. But he played in the center. Bishop e3. And now takes the knight. Takes the knight. Pawn to c4. The best move by Ajubai. Bishop b6. He wants to ask the rook to move away. Because if rook e8, then maybe he's planning to go rook a5, queen a, 1 and try to go here to 8. So Arjun says, if you won't take my rook, I'm completely okay with it. Rook comes to a7. And this is the live board position that we have right now. Rook on a7. 5 minutes 42 seconds. Arjun got nerves of steel. He's not moving at all. Yeah, I've just asked them if this is fixed. Well, whenever that is fixed, we will see. But for now, Arjun is like flower hai apun, flower. Sorry, fire hai apun, fire. So right now, would love to see Arjun versus Magnus. Let's also have a look at what Magnus is up to, because right now Magnus is taking on oh, by the way, he's taken here bishop b5. But let's have a quick look at Magnus Carlsen versus Nodirbek Abdusattorov. Here you can see Magnus playing with the white pieces against Nodirbek and has a very nice position, I must say, with his pawns nicely positioned, rook pinning the bishop, pressure here. I believe that maybe queen a8 with the idea of putting pressure here is possible. But then, oh guys, look at this. There's a typical pawn sacrifice here, white to play. This is something that you should all know. When the pawns are here in the center, what is a very good move for white? Let's go quickly. Yes, very good move. Your favorite music, Akhilesh Khalik Rahman. The point is d5 takes, and now a very classy move e5. And this is how you play, because after knight e4, this is a very difficult position because queen c7 and the bishop is trapped. He has to go rook b8 and now just knight d4 with the idea of knight c6, and then the rook is hanging. So that would be very, very troublesome. Rook b1, queen c8, and this is what Magnus did in the game. Wow, Magnus knows all the tricks, guys. He is so good. It's completely crazy how Magnus always finds the best ideas. Okay, let's quickly go to Ajjubai. And here we can see Arjun has made a huge mistake, because sometimes in this time control, having material is not a great idea. So here you can see that he played the move rook a7. Now the best move was bishop f5 somehow, but he played bishop takes b5, which is also okay. Queen a1. And now very important was to put rook d6 to attack here. Because if rook d6, rook a8, I can go rook b6, and this is a winning position for black. But instead, he played queen d6, which is a mistake. And now MVL finds the best move, queen a5. And the idea now is bishop is hanging. There is a check threatened. So Arjun defended the bishop with queen c6. And now another classy move, bishop f1. This is such a brilliant move by MVL. Threatening nothing less than a checkmate here. It's such backward moves can really, really be disastrous. What a move, by the way. What a move. MVL showing why he is an absolute class act. Takes king d7. Oh, Sagar Bhai watching at 3:30 AM from Fiji. Love ChessBase India. Adapt. Thank you so much. He takes on e5. Another great move. You see how white pieces are kind of enveloping the black king. It's a beautiful attack. Rook b8 trying to defend here. But now Bishop check, king e8, and maybe bishop c5. Just pinning and winning. It's a very, very straightforward win here for MVL. And Maxime is just completely crushing. Let's see how he finishes this game off, because he has so many ways. He has rook e6, he has bishop c5. What's the format here? Is it single game in the elimination bracket? No, best of two, Ajay. So if Arjun loses this, which he will, then he has one more chance to get back with the white pieces. Guys, I am calculating well because I'm solving positions on Chessranga. I have actually added 12 new positions from yesterday, day 1. Please check it out. I will also share it in the break, perhaps. Amruta's health is getting better, but still not up to the mark. She's unable to commentate, so she's taken a break. She will join us at some later point. Maybe not today. Right now, b6 played. Oof, bone crushing check. Now king has to go here or here. I don't know. If king f8, there is some deadly discoveries that could happen. He goes king d8. Queen a7. He's getting mated from all sides. Arjun is now on the screen, but his face just tells the story completely of what's going on. He's completely lost here. There's just nothing that can be done. Yes, Harshit Bhai will join today. Yes, resignable position, because how do you finish it off? Firstly, this is hanging. So he takes on c5. Rook d7 takes. Bishop takes. First adds this. Check, and now takes this, and it's all over. Queen check, bishop e6, queen takes, and then you have the b pawn running down. Abhishek Patro says, please bring Amruta ma'am. She's the lucky charm for Indian players. Yes. Also my lucky charm, actually. Sagar bhai, can I get a shout out, please? Says Adnan Malik. Just started playing chess. Adnan, good luck for your chess journey. Very excited. No way are these pieces going to checkmate the white king here. Guys, let's hope Arjun makes a comeback in the next game, because this one is gone. He's still fighting, hoping for some miracle. Not going to happen most likely against a player like MVL. But if you see, bishop stops the pawn along with the rook. Bishop protects the pawn. King protects the bishop. So he's built some kind of a nice construction here. Oh, let's... King d6. And now a check. Actually, you can win these two pawns. That's good enough. He'll take, rook takes b6 now. Queen takes h7. Bringing the king in. And I think Arjun will now resign. Queen e5 is on the cards. Queen f6 is on the cards. He plays bishop f6 now. Takes here. Rook b2. Somehow Arjun trying to checkmate here, but not going to work, I guess. Queen takes g6. Check. King e3. All good. He goes queen h8. Okay. He protected this pawn here. King e2. Sagar bhai, I played in LBHM Pune and got 1600 in classical, says Arnav. Well done, Arnav. By the way, Arjun's camera is very dangerous. I mean, I would love to keep it, but it's like kind of moving around and doesn't look good. Should I keep it or? You can see how Arjun continues playing here. If rook takes c3, then queen takes, king takes, and h7, and he makes the queen. So bishop g8, queen g7. Oh my god, he's fighting till the last move. h7 now. Fighter Arjun never gives up. Attacks the rook. I guess rook b8. Stopping queen b4 check. Well, by the way, guys, remember there's no increment. MVL has 1 minute 30 seconds. Arjun has 57 seconds. King d2. Not many moves here. Rook b5 played. Now queen f8. Bishop h7 comes in. So maybe not. And if queen g7, he'll come back. Played queen d8. Bishop here. Oh, what a double attack. What a beautiful move. What a beautiful move. That's just brilliant. He's playing on time. Check. Wow. Wins. Great win by MVL. Let's go and check if Magnus is still playing or it's over. Oh, he's still playing. And Magnus is completely winning right now. This is how the game went ahead. And Magnus totally dominating. Oh, in the end game, he's 2 pawns up. And this is the live board position. Oops, sorry. Fabi blundered in a winning position. Oh my god. I don't know if Nodirbek has any chances here, but he's trying his best. I guess you can now, yeah, take on f5, threatening rook f7 if the rook moves away. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, Magnus won. So Magnus beat, and there's Ding. Oh, Ding is playing still, and Artemiev won. And let's see if we can see Ding on our screen here. Ding and Artemiev. And there we see Vladislav Artemiev here. Amazing player. One of the biggest gentlemen in the world of chess. Guys, the second game will start very soon. So actually, let's update the bars to see what are the results here. Hikaru versus Nepo. Caruana lost to Fedoeev in a winning position. We should check the games actually. Caruana Fedoeev. What happened? And so Hikaru Nepo drew. Wei Yi Levon drew. But other games were decisive. So I think Fabi was slightly worse. But maybe at some point he must have gotten an advantage here. Okay, black is doing really well. And I don't know when was Fabi better. Like you guys said he was winning, but oh my god. But first he was losing. Yeah, now he's winning. Because these 3 pawns are absolute monsters. Maybe he had to first move the rook this side and then push his pawns. He hurried a bit. King came here. King f5. Check. e6. That was sad. Magnus waiting there. There we have Arjun here waiting, hoping to make a comeback. This is going to be very tough for Arjun to beat. I mean, to beat MVL on demand is never easy. Guys, what do you think? Nitin Chaudhary says, hey, New Year. Nitin, enjoy the games. Today, Arjun is playing MVL. I think the game is about to start. They don't have such a huge break in between. In fact, it has begun. Let's go. So MVL versus Arjun. Let's focus on this one. Arjun must win. Starts off with d4. MVL goes g6. Grunfeld is his favorite opening. If you go knight c3, you can be sure MVL will go d5. But Arjun goes h4. Bishop g7. Knight c3, c5, d5, d6. And this is a great fighting position that Arjun has got out of the opening. And this should be his preparation. Let's also have MVL in the frame properly. Okay. So he goes knight b d7. And now Arjun is thinking what to do. He can play his knight here with the idea of h5 and also opening up the bishop. He can push his pawn forward. He can bring his bishop out. Maybe not here, maybe here. f3 first. Many options. Pirates Life says, Sagar bhai, FIDE circuit ka kya update hai? He goes knight g3, h5, stops the pawn, bishop comes to g5. Arjun slightly better out of the opening. Right now in the FIDE circuit, Prag is leading by a huge margin. And there are chances of him to actually win the FIDE circuit. But there's still half a year left. Okay, so by the way, knight jumps to e5. Next candidates will be in 2026, guys. Queen comes to a5. Okay, now maybe just get the bishop out here. What else are the options? I want to push my pawn, but then the knight will come and settle here. Doesn't look great. Meanwhile, bishop e2 played here by Arjun. ओमकार से सागर भाई यूएसए मैच की ट्रेनिंग कैसी चल रही है? आई हैवंट स्टार्टेड हियर गाइस, हैवंट स्टार्टेड. बीच बीच में आई कीप डूइंग बट he castles and now I think white should also castle here. I mean, what else? f4, we have knight g4. पायरेट्स लाइफ से आज मॉर्निंग वाली वीडियो बहुत अच्छी थी, सारे मैचेस के की मोमेंट्स कवर हो गए. अरे दैट्स सो नाइस. Castles. Okay, Arjun having really good chances now because you know guys, sometimes if you push and push, let's just imagine, okay, you play bishop d7, I play f4, knight g4, and now I push and you take, I take. Now if you take back, your knight is hanging here this way. So that's the reason why it's not so easy for black to keep control here. He goes after castles. Bishop. Did he play that? Oh my god, he really played it. It's a terrible move. Arjun can just go f4. Let's go, Ajjubai. This is clear. I think a player like Arjun will find it. f4 push karo, khush raho. Knight comes here, pawn push. f4. And now e5. Let's go. Arjun in great position. And now Arjun having this really, really good center. And as we said, if you take, MVL thought he would take back, but then this knight is hanging. So in the game after e5, he took, pawn takes, knight at 7. That's something you don't want to do. And he chops off on g4. Okay, I think he'll take back. Bishop takes g4. And now bishop f6, a very, very strong move. Actually, that's such a powerful move because, oh, he finds it. If you take, pawn takes, and then the queen will enter here. It's a brilliant move by Ajjubai. Oh, bars I have to update. Yes, that's true. Let me just update the bars. Create unique link. And 2, 3, 4. Selected, create unique link. Oh, bad. Let's go. He goes rook a8, bishop takes, king takes, and now rook a1. Look at these rooks. Guys, we will have a tie break, I think. Okay, let's not be too happy yet. This is hanging now. How do we take care of this? Because this pawn cannot be defended easily. Tough moment here for Arjun. I may want to put my rook here, but knight takes, pawn takes. There's nothing happening there. Queen, what a beautiful move. Because if queen h4, guys, what's the problem? What's the problem, guys? Quickly, I want all of you to be as focused as Arjun is on this one. Can't take this. Why? Yes, knight f5. Absolutely right. Knight f5, Nikunj, Bobby, Rudra, Dhruvesh, Ginny, Arnav, Aditya. Well done. So he goes king h8. Now attacking here. Queen f4. Coming up. To h6. But also, like, you don't want to be giving up this pawn. So perhaps knight e4, but then e5 is hanging. So some problems, when you have these two pawns, you want to be careful. Well, you can snatch another pawn, but then you lose your pawn. 5 minutes, 46 seconds for Arjun. He takes the pawn. Opponent takes here. Queen comes back. Good move. Queen g5. Offering a trade of queens. Should we take it? Should we not take it? Should we go rook f4? Yeah, rook f4 is good move. Queen d4 is second best move. Taking is not that great. Arjun is playing one of the trickiest players out there. MVL. He is not going to give up easily. Guys, do like the stream. All of you are watching this. Arjun finds the best move. Queen d4. And now king g8. Let's go d6. Siddharth, yes. Push the pawn. Push karo, khush raho. Oh, he goes here. What a nice move. Because if... knight f6. Queen takes, rook takes. Rook e1. Rook comes back. Wow. Tricky MVL. Gives up his queen. Should he trade the rooks? Should he keep the rooks? Tough question. But you know, now Arjun has a queen for a rook and a bishop and a pawn. MVL trying to make a decision here whether he should trade the rooks or go back. Also look at the times. Both players have like a lot of time on the clock, 4+ minutes. But that's what happens when you have no increment. Sometimes you start making quick moves in the fear that what if it reaches the end games, I won't have time. But then many times the game just ends in the middle game itself. Now he wants to set up some kind of a blockade in this way. Rook d7. So the bishop controls the rook, the pawn defends the bishop, and the rook defends the pawn. But the only problem is there's a knight, which can create some havoc coming from here and here, attacking the rook and the pawn. So, not so simple. Fedoeev seems to have made a mistake. Aha. Oh no, Fedoeev is winning, totally winning. So Fedoeev actually knocks out Fabi. Wow. That's huge. And Nodirbek trying to press against Carlsen. We can quickly have a look at both of them. Here. Magnus, super focused. He's always playing from the take studio, which is nice that he's playing from there. Also, like for example, then his workspace at home is, I mean, he's just at home and then he goes to work like that. Let's see if Arjun manages to convert this game. d6 he played. Bishop e6, knight e4. Bishop d7, queen b6, rook c8. And now just knight c5 looks like a clear winning position. Maybe he wants to set up like this blockade. What a nice... Arjun is not going to fall for any of these blockades. d7 now. Because you know what he wanted here, guys. Knight c5, he wanted to take here. Take here. And then maybe take here. So if check, knight f8, and now this is not going ahead. Takes, this should also win, but maybe it's slightly tricky, yeah, to win this. Everything is nicely protected. But okay, queen b7, check, king f2, knight c3 now. He wants the full bishop. He doesn't want to give up his pawn here. Does Nihal can still play EWC through SATUL? Well, the problem is Nihal may not qualify as top 12 players in this Champions Chess Tour qualifier. But there are 4 more spots. I don't know how they will be selected, but maybe there will be a special event that will happen. Now d7 is a strong move because knight d7, queen takes, yes. Check, king e3. King f3 takes. And, okay, I don't want to give up this b2 pawn now. It's my passer. It's going to be my passer. Oh, he's going knight here. Arjun playing on the field. What about rook takes b2 here? I guess knight d6, and this cannot be defended because this is also protected. Rook can't come back. Nice. Knight e4. Brilliant. Oh, Nodirbek Magnus drawn. Got it. Fedoeev won. Arjun winning. He goes rook c7. But now a check. King g7. Nice move here. Yeah, if you take here, check, and you lose the rook. So he played king g8. Check again, and this is now over. King f8 or king g8 is the question. He goes king h7, queen f6, attacking this pawn on f7. And Arjun wins. 1-1 is the score. Ajubai with a very important win keeps it going for Gen G here. You can see his shirt representing the esports team Gen G, and Arjun, the silent killer, no expressions on his face, is now 1 out of 2. And we are going to go into an Armageddon between these two players, which will be very exciting. I think they both have to make a bid, and you can see Arjun thinking how much time should he take with the black pieces. Maybe 7 minutes, something like that. Gandhivam OP says Bhakti Mahata. Yeah, true. Gandhivam OP. Let's see which games are going on, and let's see if we want to follow one of them. Should we go and check the game of Nepo Hikaru? Let's see if we can find them here. Nepo. There we see Yan Nepomniachtchi and Hikaru Nakamura. Hikaru is here, but need to get him out of the board. Seems like this one also is going to end in a draw. Oh, what? Black is winning. Hikaru is winning here. C2. And now just king d1. Wow, Hikaru wins. He wins. Nepo loses. It's a huge result. And Artemiev versus Liren. You can see Artemiev on the screen, but we can't see Ding yet somehow. Seems like Ding has some chances with the two bishops here, but not at all easy. This should be a draw. Yeah, the knights are being used well. b6, b7. Yeah. I think Artemiev is going to knock out Ding Liren here. Draw. Draw. Nice. Actually, now Arjun, this very key moment, because if you look at our pairings here, you will see that Ding has already been eliminated by Artemiev. Levon versus Wei Yi. What happened there actually? Levon, Wei Yi, draw and draw. Two draws. So they are also in tie breaks. So yeah, it's basically Fedoeev versus Artemiev. That's a tough one there. And we'll have, let's go to our main screen and see what Arjun is up to. You can see both the players not being on the screen, and they have their secret lab chairs there. So Arjun has to first now win this, then he will face the winner of Aronian Wei Yi. Then he beats them, then he will face the winner of Artemiev Artemiev versus Fedoeev. Then he wins that. No, then there might be someone coming from the winners bracket. So it's a long journey that Arjun has to take. Anubhav Chaudhary says, Sagar bhai, namaste, namaste, namaste. Sabine Tamang says it will be Magnus versus Hikaru. Guys, I have a question. If this one, like Arjun gets knocked out at any point, would you like to continue watching this stream, or what would you prefer that we don't stream ahead? What would be your take? Harshit bhai ko bula bhai. Harshit bhai is with his family right now in India. He has very few days left in India, so I will not disturb him. He will join us when he has time. Want to watch the whole tournament? Continue. No, it's 2 more days after this. Vishruti Manav says we'll watch. Nice. Actually, this tournament is very exciting in the sense that there is no increment. It also ends very quickly, no, every game. So it's very exciting from that perspective. It's also pretty long, yeah. Like every day you have like 2 matches and so on. Okay, guys. We'll try and let's put a poll. Maybe that might be easier. Would you watch this stream? Would you watch ChessBase India stream even if all Indian players are knocked out? Yes or no? Start poll. Yes, I've put up the poll, and while they are playing, let me see if I can ask you a few questions from Chessranga. So I don't know how many of you, by the way, MVL is coming back, but let's quickly do one position if we can. Yes, so here is the thing. Now you go to event and you can here type Chesscom Classic, chess.com. So you will see here, and then you click on search. So you'll get all the positions from this event. So let's do one of them. Guys, black to play. Oh, we have What are the results of the poll? Yes, 60%. No, 40%. Okay. It's close enough actually. Devarsh says queen c2. Ah, that's a very nice move, Devarsh. If you take, then you want to take here. That's very nice idea. Maybe the only problem with queen c2 is that it's not forcing enough. Yes, the move here is the very stunning rook takes g2. All those who said that is correct. King takes now. Yes, Jenny, you are right. Check. And now you can't block because I would give you a check and then also your rook is hanging. So king h3 and now a very important move. Black to play. Yes, the move here is the very, very beautiful. Sonia Arora, Levi plays, Ravi Thangarila. Well done, guys. Rook g8. Threatening a check here. Now rook g1. And now the key last move. Anushka says, Sagar sir, stream definitely we will watch because your stream is good and entertaining, not because of Indian players are playing. Okay, that's very kind of you. Yes, Jumka, very good. Mudit Goyal, excellent. Bishop c8 check, king h4, and now guys, finish it off. The last move to win. Sendil Nathan, black to play and win. Can you find it? Let's go. Yes, well done, all of you who found this mate. It's over. So, one more position here, black to play and win. Darshan Priyan, Darshan, hi Sagar bhai, vanakkam. Are vanakkam ji. And now a very, very cool move that Akshaya Vignesh has found. Very good, Akshaya. Takes. By the way, you can't take with the king because of the bishop here. So rook takes and now game over with queen e1. It's checkmate. So solve this on Chessranga, Chesscom Classic. I'm going to put the link here. Every day I will update. This is related to the event of Chesscom Classic. You can also do it by players. For example, here, if Arjun is your favorite player, you can search by that as well. If Prag is your favorite player, there are tactics of Prag. Gukesh also there. Check it out. I've put the link in the description. You can enjoy. Meet says, came to Sagar by Ahmedabad. For sure, meet. Giri says, will you be coming to going to Norway to cover Norway chess? Actually, my team members will be going there. So we'll have. By the way, MVL is waiting for the game to begin. Oh, have they started already? It's about to begin. Okay, the game has started. Arjun got the black pieces. He took 7 minutes 30 seconds or something. Wow. We have a very interesting opening. The Berlin, but with castles, bishop c5, c3 castles, d4, bishop b6. Very interesting opening here. And now let's see. So it's theory. He took on e5, knight takes pawn, queen d5, knight goes back. Is Chess Ranga paid, Sagar Bhai? No, it's not paid. It's free. Harsh Bhai here, who's in the chat right now, who's just written. Guys, he's the man behind the tactics trainer. He's worked hard on it. a6, attacking the bishop. Bishop goes back. The knight comes here, attacking the bishop. Oh, yes, bars. Yes. Thank you guys for reminding me about the bars. Okay, here, first one. We have 2 games. And in the second one, we have also 2 games. So here, because they have 4 games, right, in the winners bracket, so they are playing their third game, while in the losers bracket we already have like the tie break. Okay, so we have 4 games going on. By the way, Arjun now, so after queen d5, knight e7, queen goes back, threatening a mate in 1. Arjun plays knight g6, bishop c2, f5. Nice. En passant taken, by the way, a bad move. It was important to move the queen. Why is this bad? En passant. Because of d5, and Arjun finds it instantly. Queen d3 and now rook f6. Arjun better. Let's go, Arjubai. Rook takes f6 is a cool move here. Queen takes f6, bit tempting. It would drop the d5 pawn, so rook takes. There's no bishop g5 because my knight stands here very well. Rook e1 played, putting pressure on the e6 knight. Where does the knight go? It can jump here. It can also jump here. It can open up the bishop. There are many possibilities. You can also bolster your structure in the center with c6, making way for the bishop to enter here to attack. But already the bishop is attacking here. Great position. Knight f4, Arjun plays. And now if white takes here, he wants to jump with his other knight. But you can't jump there because there's a check here. So you must take with the rook. Ajubai, don't take with the knight. Trouble. Double trouble there. Let's go. Arjun playing really well here. Thinking, oh, he makes an intermezzo move. Very nice move, by the way. Bishop f5. The only move which he seems to have missed is bishop takes pawn, attacking the queen here. But still, it's playable. And the thing is, if you go queen d2, I'll now take with the knight. That's the point. He wanted to take with the knight. But because earlier if he took with the knight, the h7 pawn was hanging, he first moves the bishop. Very important for MVL to play bishop c7. Ronak says, Sagar sir recently got ChessBase. What a software this is. Thank you for providing this such a good price. Please come to Kolkata one day. Would love to meet you. Ronak, thank you. And guys, He takes on c7. Brilliant. Bishop c7. Queen f5. What the hell? MVL is never shy to sacrifice his queen. It's crazy how MVL plays. Ah. Oh my god. The knight is going to sit here. Man, MVL is always looking for queen sacks. I'm just going to someday write an article, make a video, or even a book on this MVL's queen sacrifices. Knight takes e6. Take it. Bhai maar do, bhai Arjubai, don't let this bishop survive. King here. Knight cd4. He brings his rook in. Very tough position actually for black. Like imagine he goes queen d6. Tricky Arjun setting up an attack on this pawn. Also threatening the bishop here. Oh, but there is this very classy move. Knight take, bishop takes, knight takes, and then pawn push. And you win back material. Will MVL find it? Luffy says, एकदम से जज्बात बदल दिए. Yeah, exactly. Guys, like करो stream और लोगों को बुलाओ. Let's have more people joining in. Yes, Raunak, I'm going to make a video on Fritz 20 as well very soon with Matthias, who is the maker of Fritz 20. Bishop d5 played by MVL. Takes. Knight here. Rook f8. Rook takes. Already clearly better MVL. But Arjun just needs a draw, guys. Remember, for Arjun, he doesn't need to win. And it's still a drawable position. Travel with Nikhil Roshan under time pressure has sent a shairi. Should we read it or not? Of course we should. तू नाम दे दे 100 बार मुझे नए कोई. तेरे हर नाम का एक बहाना होता है. अंदाजा तेरा शायद सही हो, शायद नहीं, पर हर किसी का सोच अलग और बिरले ही बया होता है. वाह 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 वाह. Bishop d8 played. But he should have played bishop d6. Would have been better. Thank you, Travel with Nikhil Roshan. Now bishop d8. Threatening maybe a5. Knight moves b2 could be weak. Bishop can also jump out here. He plays h3. Guys, this is a very, very interesting position. And actually, the match is right now hanging in the balance. Who will win here? Will it be Arjun? Because Arjun needs only a draw. He has the black pieces. He has taken a time disadvantage, right? 2.5 minutes less on the clock. Guys, do like the stream. Let's get to 1000 likes for now. Pramod says, I brought Fritz 19 a few days before Fritz 20. Sadly, I wish I knew. Pramod, you can get an upgrade, which is at a slightly lower price, but I do understand. Maybe you can also write to us and we'll try to give you a discount here so that you can upgrade it. Knight d4. And now take this knight. Take this knight. The very important thing here is if rook takes, you can trade the rooks. Rook d8. And if pawn takes, well, slightly weakens the pawn. Again, trading the rooks here. Rook d8. If one pair of rook comes out, yes, Ajjubai takes it. Rook takes. Rook d8 found by Ajjubai. Takes. Very good position now. Very interesting. I think Arjun knows he needs a draw. He's like this. White has a rook, knight and 2 pawns. That's 10 points against a queen, which is 9 points. So white is having his chances. Also in such positions with less time, the knight becomes an absolute monster which can jump, everywhere. But still, anything can happen here. King d2. Okay, MVL getting an edge here. Arjun also worried that MVL will play on time because he has 3 minutes. Guys, remember there's no increment here. Rook e4. As the excitement keeps mounting, number of people joining. Arjun not flinching at all. Well, Arjun, guys, look at him. His expressions, he's so calm, cool and composed. G4. And if G5, maybe King H5. Not so sure. Arjun also bleeding on time a bit here. Go, go, go. Queen D7. Best move again. Now, would he play knight F4? The reason why knight F4, because G5, there's no king coming up. He goes F3. Because if he had pushed here, I believe King H5 would have been a big error because of F3. No king coming up, and then there could be like Rook G4 and Knight F4 mate, something of that sort. So that's the reason why he would have come back, but he played F3, Queen C7, maybe King G7 was better coming back, Queen C7, G5, king back, F4, H6, Knight E5. Guys, anything can happen here. Just about anything. That's how exciting this match is. Check. D4, he takes. Everything is so well guarded here. B5 played. Maybe take. Queen takes. Attacking B2. But just Knight D3. Very powerful move. Knight D3. By the way, oh, he makes a blunder. He goes check. King G8, Rook D6. Arjun could have taken on B2. Check. Guys, we are going to see a lot of errors here by both sides. It's not an easy position to play. Right now, Arjun is lost. King F8, King D2. Is there any chance here? King C2, look at MVL keeping his pawn protected with his king. Arjun activating his king, trying to get the king bit active here. Knight E5, king can jump ahead. Let's go. 1 minute 51 for Arjun. 3 minutes 24 for MVL. Queen C7. Queen A6 also possible. Guys, I'm getting a bit stressed out. Here, I don't know if you're feeling it. Queen A7, King B3, King A4. Can bring his Knight E3 check, goes back. Check King F7. Let's go, let's go. Knight C4, A4. Yes. If the knight moves A3, we'll further open up. Like, we need perpetual against the king. King G7, Rook D4, he'll play threatening here. Threatening a check. Queen goes up. Good move by Ajubai. Check. Just move the king. C4. Queen B6. An important move. Attacking the rook. Oh, he plays A3. Also not a bad move. Queen A3. Check. Oof. Because Arjun needs a draw, this game is super exciting. Super exciting. Gives the right check. Gives another right check. Arjun's accuracy. Incredible. Gives another check. Oh, no more checks. Another check. Crazy how Arjun's playing so well with such little time. Check. Queen C2 check. Again a right check. But how long can he keep giving good checks? With just 71 seconds left for him. Chess is very tough. Oh, he blunders here. But his opponent doesn't take advantage of it. I think it's very tough for black to play here. White's knight will come in at the right time. MVL also has an extra minute on the clock. How well he has kept an edge on the clock. That's just amazing to see. And now Arjun is losing. MVL is so good. Arjun had some chances. You can see MVL feels it. He knows that he's winning here. There's no way he's botching this up. Meanwhile, from Arjun's expression, you can never know whether he's losing or winning or anything. That's how amazing this youngster is. C8. Hoping for a final miracle if that exists. Unlikely. Guys, when Arjun loses this, he will be out of the event because he would have lost a game in the losers bracket. And now a queen. And it's all over. Arjun will resign. And MVL, look at him there. He is elated and also very happy. Just a nod of his face. Arjun, well fought by him. Really great fight. But he has lost. MVL moves ahead. Wow, what a match that was. Really amazing to witness it. And we have Wei Yi versus Levon still playing. Wei Yi and Levon. Oh, it's a draw. Levon is like, wow. Manages to survive. And Wei never seen him so unhappy. Never seen him so unhappy. Because I think he was so close to winning this, I believe. I don't know. Here he was completely winning. Pushes the pawn. Somehow Levon managed to turn it around here. And then even got a winning position. But a draw was all that he needed. And Levon makes it ahead. Wow. Which means if we look here, it's going to be Levon Aronian versus MVL, two great friends, and Artemiev versus Fedoeev. All games are over. What happened between Magnus and Magnus Carlsen won? No, Magnus versus Nodirbek. Third game also ended in a draw, so it's 2-1 in Magnus's favor. Guys, 1 second, I'll be back. Nodirbek is in a must win against Magnus, guys. This will be fun to watch. Let me update the bars. Winners. Yeah. The other ones have not started, so. And also Nepo is in a must win, I think. Bishop takes d5. Pawn takes. So knight is attacked. Knight goes here, attacking the pawn. Magnus is so good. What to do with... How do you defend this? I think you push your pawn forward, but then he pushes e4. C3, knight takes pawn. Queen b3, just defends it. Not so easy for Nodirbek to figure out what to do. Although his position is still completely fine. And I think the best way to continue here is d4, e4, knight d2. And you can't take here because of knight takes e4. And then the knight would hang. So yeah. I believe he'll play d4. Yes, he finds it. e4 and now knight d2. Sagar bhai, will Arjun come to Riyadh to play? Yes, Arjun has qualified for the EWC World Cup, like the Esports World Cup. Also, let's keep an eye on the other game between Hikaru Nakamura and Jan Nepomniachtchi. There you see Hikaru. Hikaru shaking his head. Does not like his position. Oh, actually, it's equal score now. How did that happen? Did Yan already win a game? Yan had already won a game between them. That's the reason why. So game 1, draw. Game 2, Hikaru won. Game 3, Nepo won. Oh, so it's equal score now. Wow. Everything to play for here. Yan slightly better with white. Hikaru always shows emotions. Arthur. Absolutely. Knight g3, attacking the bishop. So knight comes to f3. It seems like this king is a bit exposed, but take, and now he can just castle here. Also king e2 with the idea of bringing the rook in. Bishop comes back. Well, the reason why Jan Nepomniachtchi is better is because he's a pawn up. Castles, take. Rook comes in, attacks the bishop. The bishop can move away. Also knight to e5 to d7. Knight e5. I mean later. Bishop. If you can get the bishop here, knight here, that would be perfect. Plays rook e1, defending the bishop here. And quickly checking up on the game of Magnus as well. Nodirbek has the unenviable task of beating Magnus, which is always super tough, but he's doing a good job here. Well, firstly, bishop takes, knight takes, or he'll take bishop takes, queen takes. So c3. Tough move to make, but you play without a pawn. Yeah, takes, takes. But now Magnus already better here. Queen goes back, defending this. Pawn up. And yeah. Somehow when Magnus gives a pawn, there's always compensation. And when he takes the pawn, there's no compensation. It's amazing. Nitin says Nepo has an edge on Hikaru. I think this might go into tie breaks. This one. How is Amruta? Please tell her to gargle the throat so that she can heal. Yeah, she'll be fine, guys. She'll be fine very soon. Bishop b4. I think you don't want to trade rooks because that leads to trades, and then these two pawns are well blockaded. And then the king could also come in. But rook a1 feels like the right way to get in here and put pressure. Yes, guys, Prag is already out from the tournament. Oh, rook d1, he goes rook c5. He didn't trade. Because trading takes also possible, but rook c5 played. Check, king up. And now the knight jumps in. Then the bishop is hanging. And then there could be a check coming in. Gukesh is also knocked out, guys. All three Indian players knocked out. Kodash, I need your help to which book to prefer for chess. Okay, Kodash, what is your elo like? How strong are you? Okay, bishop c3, attacking the knight, and then the c6 pawn is falling. So Hikaru defending beautifully. He might even get his chance here. Kodash, if you are a beginner, then maybe the chess course by Praful Zaveri is very useful. If you are a young kid, then maybe chess spa books are very good for you. Now just take it. Oh, but if you, yeah, you can take it. He's coming here with his bishop, Yan. For now, it's equal. But anything can happen under time pressure. Hikaru few hours after the tournaments. We'll come back, everyone, for today's video. Oh, Magnus is winning. Yeah, he was better. Let's quickly check what is happening there. He was better. He's pawn up. His opponent not getting enough compensation. That would mean Magnus would already reach the finals in the winners group. Magnus just amazing, yeah. I don't think the finals will be today, right? It will be tomorrow. Guys, do like the stream so that more people can witness Magnus, Hikaru, and all these world class players playing. And you can see Nodirbek is unhappy. He's like, should I continue? Should I offer a draw now? If I offer a draw, I'm anyway lost. Also, Magnus has 4 minutes almost more on the clock. Prudvi says finals will be today. Really? It out. Because then they have 22 and 23 also, right? So I thought they won't play the finals today. Thought they'll do this, and in the losers bracket there will be the games of the ones who have lost. This one's ending in a draw between Hikaru and Nepo. Pawn is coming down. Bishop stops the pawn. Knight is coming in. The knight comes in now, blocking the bishop. And if you take, yeah, he plays king e3. Not so sure. Like king c6, take, king takes, goes back. Oh, Magnus's game is over. Magnus Carlsen actually drew the game. No, he won, which means he won 3 out of 4 against Nodirbek. Wow. It's amazing. Brilliant. So let's head back to this one. Nepo trying to queen here. Not possible. It's firmly under black's grasp. Nepo's king is coming in. It's looking a bit dangerous for Hikaru. Advantage is growing for white. Look at Hikaru, he's so upset. 94. So knight c6. Whoa. Look at this. He takes here. It's a mistake. Knight c7. And it's a blunder here, king. He had to go king a4 or king c4. But he goes here. And now this check. And somehow Hikaru has defended this. It's just amazing. What a defender Hikaru is. The main point, of course, was that if you go king a4, he cannot stop it here. Now it's just winning. He went king a5, check, king a4, knight a6. queen, take. Bishop comes in, and now even though white is a piece up, he's not winning. Manasvi says, yes, the winner of Hikaru Nepo will play Magnus today in the finals of the winners bracket. Okay. Thank you, Manasvi, for your update. H5 takes H4. Well, it seems like this will go into the tiebreak because although Nepo is a piece up, this position cannot be won. But he can continue trying, you know. But how do you do that? If knight here, there is king coming forward. Takes. This pawn is going to net one of the piece and then it will be a draw. Bishop F1. And guys, the players are going to agree to a draw very soon. Vigneshwar says Indian players really have so much to explore in all formats of chess other than classical. True. True. Okay, now just keep moving your bishop. There's just nothing, no way to improve. Hikaru is just waiting. And now it's a draw. Wow.
Hey guys.
Which means that we will go into a tiebreaker here.
In about
Amazing.
7 minutes. So yeah, Hikaru and Jan, send me your bids whenever you're ready. Game time right on the hour or at 01.
Hikaru is like just removing what? I don't know who's trying. Oh, someone's trying to flag the other. A draw. Wow. I don't even know who was trying to flag the other player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for everyone who's not Hikaru or Jan, there's an Armageddon. And so it's a 25-minute break until the next match.
Now they'll have an Armageddon here, and the winner will face Magnus Carlsen. And the loser here will go down to the loser's bracket, just like Nodirbek. They won't be eliminated just yet. If I can get Hikaru.
Okay, Jan and Hikaru, the bids are in. It's
See if Hikaru gets the
741
white piece.
for
They have to make a
Hikaru,
bidding.
641 for Jan. So Jan, you'll have black. And like I said, game time in about 6 minutes, 5 minutes.
Just preparing for the Armageddon here. Which we can follow in this view as well. Both the players and the board. Nepo is black, huh? Let's see. I think the colors have not been drawn yet. Guys, how does this moving background look? Does it look good? Roshan Kumar says, yeah. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, that's great to know. Anmol is the one who's done it. He's done a brilliant job here. And now both the players will come very soon for this tiebreaker. Will be very exciting to follow. Nepo versus Hikaru. Okay, guys, we'll wait for this view for the players to come. And we have some questions in the chat. If possible, slow down the moving background further. It's maybe quite slow, no, already. Had dinner, Sagar bhai? Yes, today we had our dinner. It was good fun at home. सागर भाई कुछ जोक सुना. अरे भाई मेरे को जोक नहीं आता है. नो क्लू. Nepo comes in. And Hikaru has the white pieces. Nepo has black. Wow. It'll be good fun to watch this one.
Okay, guys, we'll be starting in less than a minute.
Arjun lost, guys, to MVL after 1-1 score, losing in the tie breaks.
Okay, guys, here we go.
And the game has begun. It started off with just checking the opening. It was the Reti that has been played. It's transposed into a very nice position for white. Maybe there's some tactic taking here, but when I take back, my bishop defends the knight, so you can't take it. Nepo actually bid really, really low to get the black pieces because now a draw is enough for him. So that's something that Nepo really risked here. But I think he just understands that with Hikaru, it might be a better idea to play for a draw than a win. These players know each other so well that they know that against Hikaru, winning is maybe much more difficult than holding. But again, with no increment and just 5 minutes, 40 seconds, it's not going to be easy. F5 now. Time to jump in with knight g5. Looking here. What about e6? h6, maybe I can take and d5. Yeah, that's the point. If you do this, I can take and play d5. I can also straight away push d5. If you take, bishop takes. King h7 played. And now Hikaru clearly better with the white pieces here. Knight jumps into e5. We saw how MVL managed to win against Arjun on demand with the white pieces. The time did play a factor there as the time went low. That 1 minute edge that MVL had proved to be a decisive one. Bishop comes back. Guys, whom are you rooting for in this matchup? Hikaru or Nepo? Just write H or N. H for Hikaru, N for Nepo. H H N H N H H H H H H H. Oh my god, H has a lot of fans here. Lot of fans going for Hikaru. Oh my god, he just blundered here. Knight d6 Nepo. Hikaru found this move, takes queen a8, and now it's completely winning here for Hikaru Nakamura. And maybe we are getting close to a Magnus versus Nakamura battle. That would be very exciting to follow. I don't think Hikaru is going to botch this up. You can see this tactic which happened there. Guys, did you see this tactic? Knight d6, knight e7, 4 king. And when you take here, queen a8. I think that's just suicide here by Nepo. It's over. He's full rook down. Guys, how is this view actually? Do you like it? Or do you prefer this one here? Which one do you like more? This one, great view, this one, previous one, this one. This one, wow. Well, Magnus versus Hikaru is going to be super exciting, that's for sure. Maybe only in the end game switch to the other one. Okay, but yeah, we'll do that. Maybe I can make the other one with the faces slightly bigger. But for now, it seems like Nepo's going to resign. And then he'll move to the losers bracket. Meanwhile, Hikaru will face off against Magnus. I'm going to stream that. I'm going to stream Hikaru Magnus. मजा आ जाएगा दोस्तों. ऐसे शांति से must we'll take. I don't think there'll be a lot of people here on the stream, but जितने लोग हैं, we'll have a great time. We'll enjoy a lot, and I'll we'll get ourselves a nice drink here with water, and we'll enjoy the stream. मजा आ जाएगा. Satvik Gaming is like, please add polls. अरे कौन सा polls? What polls? You mean bars, viewer? I'm here. Yo, Harshit Tiwari. Sakar Chess. I'm in. Yes, drink water reminder. Guys, very important. Rook b3 to b6 is game over. Finds it. I think Nepo can resign here already. Even rook b8 takes check, king g6. Where's the win? Queen h3. Wow. Okay. Just trading here. Nice. What if rook c7? Take, check. Okay. He played g4, queen h5. Nepo just trying, hoping against hope for something to work. Rook b6 is coming in. I mean, it's losing on many different fronts. Just one Armageddon here. Oh, Harshit Bhai in the chat. Hello, Harshit Bhai. You've come at the right time. We can together follow the Hikaru versus Magnus match. मतलब मजा ही आ जाएगा दोस्तों. हर्षित भाई के साथ ये वॉच पार्टी करेंगे. Copy. I love how Nepo is fighting, yeah, till the end. Check. Okay. Just resignable position now. Rook takes pawn. Now rook d8. Resign. Check. King up. Check. King up. Resign. Queen what? Queen? Just wins. And Hikaru sets up the final clash against Magnus Carlsen. Harshit Raja is like, we'll quickly have
Great
dinner
match,
and join.
guys.
Yes, Harshit bhai.
So Hikaru
मजा
will
ही
be
आ
playing
जाएगा
Magnus
दोस्तों.
in just a few minutes. Jan, you're
Yeah.
actually done for the day, but you are back tomorrow at the same time.
And so we will have
No more matches?
Hikaru versus Magnus.
No,
Let's
not for
see what
today.
Magnus is up to.
Okay.
Separate losers bracket match going on. You'll be playing the winner of
Hikaru
Levon and
Magnus is
Maxime.
not there
Okay.
on the screen. So यहाँ पे
So
Hikaru,
have a good
यहाँ पे
one.
Magnus.
Everyone else, we'll be starting in about
great.
7 minutes. Hey guys, games will be at 25 finally, so in 6 minutes from now.
Guys, we're going to start Magnus versus Hikaru very soon. So that will be very exciting. There's also other games which must be going on in the losers bracket, I believe. Let me see. No active games. Okay, I'm very excited actually for this one. Another chapter in the never-ending one-sided rivalry of Magnus versus Hikaru. Arey dosto, don't be so brutal. I think it will be an interesting one because Hikaru is very strong and but Magnus is playing at a different caliber. Yeah, here loser will play with Nepo. Loser bracket is irrelevant, says Aarti Tripathi. No way. In the end, one of the players will go to the losers bracket. So it will be like, it'll continue. Grand finale is on 23rd. So tomorrow everything in losers bracket might happen. So I think today losers bracket already done, yeah, for the day or not, guys. Losers bracket round 2. So this Artemiev Fedoeev game and all will happen tomorrow. Whom are you rooting for, Sagar bhai? I don't think I'm rooting for anyone, but I enjoy Magnus's play a lot more in general. So, but I actually like to see both of them fight it out against each other. Guys, we are just 79 subscribers away from 2628. Let's go, guys. Can we reach 2628? Aarti says, why can't it just be winner's bracket? Arey, it's this double elimination. We want Hikaru to lose today and then win against the loser's final winner and then grand final against Magnus, which Hikaru clean sweeps. Okay, that's very interesting. Vedant Shine says Magnus is just doing Magnus things. True, true. He's just too good. But then again, some chess ka one of the things is on a given day anyone can beat anyone. Chimsberg says this pattern happens usually in esports. Who will win? Sagar, Magnus or Hikaru? I think today Magnus will win. Vedant Shine says, कब से ignore कर रहे हो? अरे ignore नहीं कर रहा हूँ भाई. The real time. Sagar bhai, what are your thoughts on Ding's performance this time? Quite good, no? This time he fought well. He beat Pragg. It's already an improvement. I mean, to beat Pragg in a 4-game match is already quite impressive. So he's coming back. What's your prediction on Norway chess? Will Guki come back? I think it's a big, big event for Gukesh. He has to try his best, you know. Like, it's somewhere, it's maybe Superbet was a good preparatory event, but I think that is where he has to strike.
Hey guys, we're
Anil
about
says,
1
Sagar bhai,
minute from
sorry, but it
games.
was a shame that CB India did not show any support during Operation Sindoor. It's because of armed forces. We are doing all this drama online. Expect more from you guys. No, clearly, I mean, we were streaming and we gave all our support. In fact, Harshit himself mentioned that he would love to be in the army and to trust the armed forces, because of whom we are able to sort of sleep at night and, you know, do all of this. So it's clear. And there we have Hikaru on the screen. Hikaru versus Magnus. This will be super exciting. And both of them have arrived. Is the game loaded? Divyang says, do you think that Nihal is at the same time level as Magnus in this 10+0 format? Well, the way in which Magnus is playing is really good. I mean, if the games go into like last 1 minute scramble, Nihal is as good as anyone. But I guess in 10+0, like from the start, Magnus
Okay
would be a
guys, we'll be starting
favorite, no?
shortly. Sotiris, go in 10 seconds, please.
Okay, guys, the game has started. Awesome. Okay, let's take it from the top. So what happened was d4, d5, c4, c5 by Hikaru. He's played this in the candidates as well against Praggnanandhaa. e4, takes, pawn takes, check. It's all preparation by both players, both of them blitzing out their moves. Magnus, even though he's not playing so much, seems to be well prepared. Crazy how Magnus manages to do that. He brings his bishop out, guys. Magnus is a pawn up. What does Hikaru have in return for the missing pawn? Look at how Hikaru is looking on the side. He's trying to remember his preparation. Bishop comes to g4. This pawn generally weak. You want to get your rook here to attack this pawn. Goes rook he1. And guys, joining us all the way from Pune, the one and only Harshit Bhai. Hello, Harshit Bhai.
Hello, Sagar bhai.
Welcome, welcome. Hi,
How is
what
it
a
going, bhai?
great match we have on
What
our
a match!
hands.
Magnus versus Hikaru.
Yes.
It's like a dream final.
And also, like, this is like first final. So even if someone loses, you can have again another final from the elimination, losers bracket.
And the strength with which both these players play, I would not be surprised if they meet again.
True, true. By the way, Harshit Bhai here, Magnus was a pawn up, but Hikaru's preparation seems to be top notch as he won back his pawn, and now Magnus still pawn up. But this is typical counterplay, like good bishop here, opposite colored bishops, knight is well placed.
Yeah. Sagar bhai, how are you, bhai? The game is very interesting. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, bhai. I'm feeling good, feeling excited, feeling sharp.
Wow. Yeah, white is a pawn up, and as you said, black does have some compensation, but I'm not sure if this compensation is going to be enough because I don't see a clear counterplay for black after the move rook to e2 to
Uh-huh.
c2.
Wow. So he comes back. He wants to put his rook on c2.
I am listening to Magnus or he's listening to me. Either way, it's good news for me, bhai.
I think overall, as many moves as you can guess of Magnus means you
Bhai,
are in
look at that
tremendous
glass,
form.
bhai.
Bhai, what kind of glass is that? My glass is like,
भाई मेरे पास तो ग्लास ही नहीं है भाई ये क्या है भाई
bhai, as long as you have class, you don't need a glass.
अरे भाई
Yes.
but guys, it's the monsoon season, summer season. Drink as much water as possible, bhai. Very important.
True, true. By the way, Hikaru, now just listening to you and not very happy with his position, it feels. Look at him, so focused right at the board, like with all the
Yeah, I mean,
concentration.
the thing is, like, rook c8 does seem very tempting to put pressure on the bishop and also the king on c1. But white will just play rook to c2. And then what counterplay do you have? I mean, I'm not sure, bhai. Do you see any ideas? Maybe at some point, rook c8 and knight a4 could be an idea.
Yes, and then put pressure on the b2 pawn. But also a6, b5 could be an idea potentially. I don't know if that helps in any way.
Let's say rook c8 right now. I'm expecting black to play this.
Yes.
And after rook c2, I'm definitely expecting knight a4.
That's not a bad idea because now threatening here, and if b2, b3,
then knight c3 followed by b5 would be a very powerful idea. So I guess this is the way with which Hikaru can neutralize his material deficit, but it's not, I mean, when you're playing against Magnus, it's very tough to make these decisions because a6, b5 also an idea, as you said, but after a6, I think d6 will give white a big advantage.
Yes, absolutely. Harshit Bhai on the point right now. Oh, he goes rook a c8 on the board.
Rook c8, I'm not surprised. Rook c2 should be played rather quickly right now by Magnus. King b1 also an option actually.
Yeah, king b1 makes a lot of sense, but then knight a4. Attacking b2 and c4. He goes rook c2,
rook c2,
your move on the board.
Okay, we are following that line now. Knight a4 will be going straight into that line that I was talking about.
Yes, this is crazy. Yeah, this can go really sharp and can go in any direction. By the way, Harshit Bhai, what did you eat today?
By today, I had some nice masala bhat.
Oh, knight a4 on the board.
Knight a4, bhai.
Harshit Bhai, what is your next tournament? Please tell us quickly.
I will be playing in the Universal Open in Dallas.
Oh, you are going back, yeah?
To 15th. Yes.
So that is where you guys can meet Harshit Bhai. But before that, Harshit Bhai, right now, this one, you're also going to Armenia. So lot of things coming up for you.
Yes, for sure. I'm going to have a lot of chess coming up. I'm going to commentate in the Stepan Avagian tournament, which will start from the 27th of May, where Praggnanandhaa and Arvind will be the two Indian players playing.
Yes.
Will be very exciting to commentate for that. Right now, after knight a4, B3.
Ooh,
Now knight
B3.
C3. भाई सब कुछ हो रहा है.
My God. I think Magnus calculated knight C3, rook
Rook C3,
D3,
B5.
B5.
And now,
And Harshit bhai, why is this a blunder?
because now perhaps you can sack the exchange.
Oh my God. Rook takes C3, bishop
Bishop
takes
takes C3.
C3.
And now bishop B5.
No, but Harshit bhai, even stronger. Take this.
Oh, and just two connected pawns. Wow.
And this is winning position for white. My goodness. Because I guess knight sits here, yeah?
Yes. Wow.
Also slowly king comes up. So this is amazing assessment by Magnus.
Yes, B3, knight C3, rook D3, maybe knight E4. क्या करेंगे?
Sorry, knight C3?
Rook D3, knight E4 जाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, that might be the way to continue. And I think that's why Hikaru, you can see there, is struggling here. Although the engines are saying, oh, Hikaru, your position is fine, don't worry. But do you think he can directly push his pawn to B5? Because if bishop
What?
B5, knight C3.
What a move. Pawn to B5.
He goes knight C3, bhai.
Yes, I think that's very logical. Knight
Magnus
C3.
instantly goes
Oh,
rook D3, knight
look at
E4.
Hikaru. He doesn't even consider B5, knowing
No,
that
no.
it doesn't really working. Knight E4.
He wants to go knight D6 and B5. And Hikaru
Yeah.
looks in the background.
Yeah,
Someone...
it's like, भाई क्या कर रहे हो भाई? I'm
भाई वो
playing
नीचे
such
से वो
important game.
उसके दोस्त आए रहेंगे भाई. Hikaru, do you want to play cricket?
क्या रे भाई? But I think like baseball, yeah, maybe. Hikaru seems like someone who would play baseball.
I don't know भाई. मेरे को तो सब क्रिकेट खेलने ही बुलाते थे.
By the way, भाई तुम्हारा मुंबई सिलेक्ट हो रहा है
किधर?
in IPL.
भाई आईपीएल छोड़ो भाई. टिम्बर वुल्स का क्या हुआ कल रात को?
Right,
बताओ.
Timberwolves got crushed by Oklahoma City Thunder.
Really?
Yeah.
Feeling bad for Timberwolves. Oh, he goes D6 because, you know, otherwise the knight would have sat here and the bishop would have been quite passive. So he pushes and then Hikaru just attacks it. Magnus pushes even further. And Harshit bhai, very important to play rook C6 now.
Because rook C7, bishop B5 was game over actually.
Bishop.
Oh, bishop F7, I mean. My bad. Bishop takes F7.
What a move, yeah. And then this is hanging.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why
Rook
C6
was important.
and
I mean,
the
Hikaru
position is still
great
equal.
defender. Yeah.
Can't believe this. Hikaru playing so well. Magnus pushing Magnus to the limit.
Wait, why doesn't rook E3 work? What will you
Knight
play?
D6, right? Or not?
Yeah, that's the only move actually.
Stopping knight E8. Rook E8.
And maybe bishop. Yeah, it's black is holding on by a thread right now.
Yeah, very much. Tathagat says United versus Spurs night. Who are you supporting, Harshit bhai?
United versus Spurs. I have to go with Spurs.
Oh. Hey, what are you doing? One day you are supporting United, next day you are supporting...
What?
No?
No, bye.
Acha, this is football now.
This is football, yeah.
Got it. Guys, Harshit bhai, big fan of Manchester नहीं भूल जाता हूँ भाई
Barcelona, भाई.
बार्सिलोना हाँ.
And Golden State Warriors पर अभी थोड़ा bad face चल रहा है भाई तो अभी.
Golden State Warriors is also football.
No, it's basketball.
हाँ वही. Guys, Harshit bhai with a lot of sports knowledge here, but that right now we are going to not discuss too much in depth because the L
4 minutes for Magnus right now, and he's trying to find some trick with that pawn on D7 because that pawn is actually just one square away from promotion. All we need to do is deflect that rook on D8 to somehow be able to promote our pawn to a queen, but it's not so easy.
Whoa!
To blunder bishop G5. What?
Oh my God! He blunders and look at Hikaru. Do you think Hikaru sees it? He moved ahead like this.
Like I saw
Look
it.
Look at Hikaru.
F2 भी मार रहा है भाई. ये क्या हुआ भाई?
He Magnus
Bishop G5 for sure.
BG5 finds
and
it.
let's look at Magnus's reaction. Yeah, look. Magnus is like, what the hell did
क्या
I just
कर
do?
रहा हूँ भाई? What's up? What's wrong with me? That's a
And I mean, this
terrible
is
move.
let's not forget. I mean, if Hikaru wins this game with black,
Yeah,
then he's going to play with the. I mean, he's a big favorite in the match, actually.
I agree. I agree. Look at
Look,
Magnus. He's
yeah,
like,
very upset. Yeah, he's banging on the table, but he was just playing for two results. Suddenly, the third result has been introduced, which looks very likely right now. F4. He's still trying to find some tricks. Rook F3 now, I guess, is his idea. Or what? What does he want? Rook D4. Okay. Guys, 2627, 923 subs, guys. Let's make it 2628 before this game ends.
भाई, look at Magnus. He's suddenly like, पीछे होके खेल रहा है.
Yeah, I mean, of course, he's just very unhappy to miss such a trivial tactic. He's still fighting. He's not completely lost yet. Black is much better, but because he has this pawn on D7, he's still very much in the game.
And look at Magnus drinking from his big glass. Meanwhile, we
What
have a
king
super
D1?
chat.
Look at this, bhai. Defense. Crazy defense. Giving up a piece. Yes, we have a super chat, bhai.
Yes, 1 second. But what is this? Rook D4, Bishop D2. And now he's attacking here and here. And we can't push the pawn because it's pinned. The super chat is by Prachura, who says, any guesses who I'm rooting for? Guys, Prachura is the owner of which team in the Global Chess League? So Harshit bhai, because you have so many teams you have been rooting for in football, in NBA, everywhere. What about Global Chess League? Which team are you rooting for there?
But it depends on the composition of the team.
अभी जो है last year का.
To be very honest, I don't remember the full lineup. So I'll have to check in order before I give my answer.
अरे but Magnus का team या ऐसा कुछ.
But to be honest, yeah, I mean, of course, Magnus is there, but still, like many, like for example, Nihal who was playing on the junior board. Of course, I feel like he was a small favorite there. So like I would have looked at a few other boards as well before I gave my answer. By the way, guys, Global Chess League kab ho raha hai?
December. It's happening in December, but the venue has not been announced yet.
Okay.
And by the way, just so that people know, Prachura, who just super chatted, is the joint owner, co-owner of American Gambits. So he is the captain, or you can say the board number one of the team is Hikaru Nakamura. Rookie.
So that's why he is probably rooting for Magnus, right?
Oh, but the thing is, Magnus, when he gets into trouble, he immediately finds the best possible resources, and you can see how he has limited Hikaru's advantage to minimum.
By the way, is there an increment here?
No increment, why?
No increment, bhai. Hikaru is down to 1 minute 20 seconds.
Oh my god.
He has to really speed up right now. And he's shaking his head.
I mean, if someone can speed up, it's Hikaru. You know, he's super quick.
Okay, I mean, the thing is, he at some point probably has to push f5 or h5 to create a passed pawn. Rook d2, he goes back. He's just moving around his pieces. And at the right time, he'll probably try to, like, you know, invade with his rook. Maybe sacrifice b5 or something like this. The rook has to somehow come inside and put pressure on the h3 pawn, but it's not so easy. 1 minute for Hikaru.
Wow. Do you think that Magnus can win?
I mean, he will definitely try to flag. Why not? I mean, king e4, if he has an opportunity, will for sure flag, especially now when he's up 1.5 minutes on the clock. But he's trading the rooks. Okay, this says otherwise. Yeah, and Hikaru is like, okay, let's not lose on time. Let's just make a draw. And yeah, I think we will see some sort of repetition now with... Okay, we don't see it yet, but...
Harshit bhai, maybe some twist.
No. Okay. Yeah. So now
I think Hikaru can make like so many moves.
Yeah.
Look at him.
No
They
pawn
are,
move.
they
Yeah.
are so
Draw
quick.
agreed. Yeah. Wow. So Magnus was slightly better in the opening.
Yeah.
Then he made a big mistake, which gave away the advantage to Hikaru. Then Magnus fought well, and the game ended in a draw. It's best of 4. Whoever gets to 2.5 points is going to be the winner of this champions bracket.
Yeah. And in case of 2-2, we have an Armageddon.
Yes.
Abhimanyu Sachdeva says, Hi Sagar, huge shout out from California. I'm proud of you guys for being amazing
Hey
chess
guys, we'll be starting in
representatives
about
and
30
making
seconds.
interesting and reachable for everyone around the world. Arey, thank you. Thank you, Abhimanyu. Yuvraj says, MI also won. Arey,
Yes. Mumbai Indians won.
bhai, you are a Mumbai Indians fan, supporter?
Actually, I have always been an RCB supporter, by.
Acha.
So I mean, that's one sports team that I've always had bad,
Hey Maxine,
like,
are
I've
you
had a
around?
like bad aftertaste in my mouth. But I think this year finally भाई वो थोड़ा कुछ sweet, थोड़ा ऐसा लग रहा है आ सकता है.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I should support Mumbai Indians being living in Mumbai.
भाई हमारा पुणे का टीम तो चला गया भाई.
Pune is also there in IPL.
No, भाई.
Okay,
It
guys,
used to be
incoming
there at
shortly.
some point.
Just a reminder
Even
that there is a
Dhoni
longer
was there in
break
Pune's
after
team,
this
bhai.
game.
Now
If
Gujarat
on the
is there, no?
loser side there's Armageddon,
Gujarat
that'll be
and
time to
then
submit your bids.
some
Okay, so
Gujarat
cheers.
Lions.
Let's go.
તમારું ગુજરાતીનો ચેનલ કેવું ચાલુ છે ભાઈ?
We have hit 2,000 subscribers on Gujarati channel.
તો બહુ જ મજાની વાત છે.
It's actually going not bad, but we have to do more there. At some point, Harshit by some commentary and Dandiya streams. We have to introduce chess plus Dandiya on Gujarati channel.
Okay, back to this game. The second game has started. Hikaru goes for a slightly positional approach with knight f3, e3, c4. And I think he has played this immensely on his blitz games. I've seen a lot of his games on stream.
Harshit
He
bhai,
will
one
play
second, yeah.
b3 now. Sagar Bhai will quickly join us back. b3, yes, has happened. c5, I'm sure Magnus has also looked at this. cd, ed. d4 maybe? Try to get this isolated pawn position. So d4 or bishop e2? Okay, yes, d4. Yeah. Knight c6. And what do they do here? I think dc5 and then bishop b2. Okay, bishop b2 immediately played by Hikaru. bg4 blitzed out. Akash, Harshit by 90s Bulls or 2010s Golden State Warriors? Okay, that's a very tough question. Very tough question. But maybe the Bulls. And look at this position. White is a bishop pair on f3 and c3. I don't think I can call them rockets just yet. And black has these two knights on f6 and c6, which actually might be slightly preferable in this position where the position is closed.
Oh, this looks very, very drawish, no? This looks very drawish, this position, no?
Yes, I mean, Hikaru thinks that like with his bishop pair, he has some small edge.
But with the knight sitting here, this bishop becomes passive. I think Magnus is just killing down the position here.
Yeah, it seems like he has looked at this position quite recently because he's been playing super quickly.
Actually,
super
I'm very
confidently.
surprised with Magnus's level of prep. Even this line that Hikaru played in game 1, d4, d5, c4, c5, Magnus knew exactly what to do. So, even though Magnus is playing a lot of freestyle chess and so on, I think in standard chess also he is preparing, especially for Norway chess.
For sure. And I think the stage of this game is big enough that he might be using one of the ideas from classical in this matchup.
Also, Harshit bhai, like Magnus is an amazing multitasker, yeah? He's playing freestyle. He has his own take initiative. He's then
He's
playing
becoming a
here.
father.
He's becoming a father. Is already a husband. He's then also preparing for Norway chess. I mean, so many things. Yeah, I don't know how you can manage so much.
Yeah, he's of course a role model for many, Sagar Bhai.
Mm.
He's Magnus just playing queen e6. The pawn on d5 is weak, but on the other hand, the pawn on d4 is also slightly weak because
Yeah.
it cannot be protected by the bishop on f3. So we have some sort of this dynamic pressure on the central pawns, and I think it's around equal, yeah.
I have a feeling like you can see from Hikaru's expression that he will most likely draw this game, because
Yeah.
if he tries, he's shaking his head. If he tries hard, such positions against Magnus are very risky to press.
Yeah, and also, these white games are very important. Hikaru has to utilize this white games to put as much pressure on Magnus as possible, because when Magnus gets white, he's going to really put you to the test in order to get that half a point.
Also, they both will be playing against each other in Norway chess, where there is a similar Armageddon format, yeah? 10 minutes, and then whoever... I know, it's actually fixed actually there. 10-7. Because who had white will get black.
10 and then 7. Very cool. Very cool concept.
Black gets 7 minutes. But here it's like you have to bid. And I think people have bid for different amounts. I think 7 or 7.5 minutes is correct. Those who have gone below 7 have faced a lot of pressure.
Yeah. But one thing I will say for sure, that the players who bid less than 7 minutes do have that psychological edge going on in their favor, because the opponents will be like, how can my opponent choose 6.5 minutes? That's crazy. And maybe, yeah, but I think just objectively 3.5 minutes deficit is a bit too much in this time control. Hikaru is sneakily attacking the pawn on a6, bhai. Chupke se.
Chupke se a6 pawn पे अटैक किया है हिकारू ने.
देखो ना जुल्फों से.
अरे हर्षित भाई, ये सॉन्ग नहीं है, ये मेरा जनरेशन का सॉन्ग है. आपने रिसेंट कर दिया फिर से. Sometimes, guys, when I meet Harshit Bhai, we have a lot of fun and all, but at some point, it does reveal that he is nearly 12 years younger than me. H4. Especially in songs, he does not know many songs and movies. And of course, I don't know many of them, of the recent ones.
And look, I mean, this is so stylistic, yeah? White has a light squared bishop, and Magnus put his pawns on the dark squares. He'll at some point probably play a5. He also made this pawn break with g5. And obviously, this comes very logically and intuitively for Magnus. But there is a reason why this comes intuitively, is because he wants to put his pawns on opposite squares as White's bishop.
Mansahit Singh says PHN letting his computer run while on the golf course. I don't know about the golf course, but we know that he relies a lot on the engine in general. Because when he was commentating with us during the Paris freestyle, he had his eyes always on Sese, and he would be looking at what's happening, what's going on. It was so interesting to see him work there. It was amazing. So dedicated. Bishop b7.
Some pressure on Magnus's pawns. But the thing is, even if he loses the a6 pawn, there is queen f3 check. But then yeah, this is getting a bit tense now, actually. Magnus has to be slightly accurate right now, because you can't play a5 because our queen on d2 is eyeing that pawn on a5. So this would just be a free pawn. White is much better.
Maybe there is this intermezzo, this and this, which could be equalizing, or maybe, but then the knight gets a little bit sidelined. Is Hikaru outplaying Magnus in an endgame?
Yeah, the engine disagrees, but I do feel the practical pressure being put on Magnus right now. I don't think Magnus wants to go b5.
Oh, that would be terrible, right?
A6. Wow. No, maybe not.
Whoa.
Oh, queen c6 check is beautiful.
Yeah, check. That's amazing move.
And the king has nowhere to go. King f1. Can we ask the chat? Guys, black to play.
What's
Can
the
you pick up the
positional move?
bishop now? Or can you go knight f3?
Also, yes, I was trying to fix the point.
Bro, check में मर रहा है थोड़ा घोड़ा.
Exactly. Sagar, how come older generations are still good at this much in shorter formats? That's a very good question, Neeraj. I'm also very surprised that all the youngsters are out of the fray. If we look at it, Harshit Bhai, 6 people who are left here are Hikaru, Magnus, Fedoeev, Artemiev, Levon, Maxim. What happened to all the young, although Nodirbek is still there? By the way, Queen E5 played and Queen H1 was the correct move, guys.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Queen H1 was made. Queen e3, but there's just knight c2. Okay, yeah, there's just, yeah. Oh, by the way, knight a3, bishop t3 is very bad. Okay, this is still tense.
But it's not so easy to trap this knight, yeah? So, king
Yeah,
here.
but the thing is like, forget the engine evaluation. That looks very scary to have your knight trapped on a3.
Correct. So, maybe then he takes on e3, but then he has a majority here.
But knight e3 and then knight c2 looks super logical to me. Is that, oh, but look at this, knight e3, king f3, knight c2, bishop d3 is a strong move here. Because after knight a3, you can go b5. And now the knight on a3 is completely trapped. But I guess the problem is that our king is too far away.
Yeah, and then black king comes in and then, I mean, you might also be risking it a bit here.
True.
Look at Magnus. Magnus has completely gone into his monitor there, looking into the position.
So Hikaru is very, very focused. I don't know if Hikaru, I actually think that Hikaru feels like he has some chances. By the body language of Hikaru, I feel like he's giving knight a3, bishop d3. I mean, I'm not king f6. I guess maybe against Magnus it's just too difficult to scare him.
Also there is this thing, no? Like b5 and knight c4 at the right moment, you can get your knight out.
Yeah, king e5, and now black is going to go f6 next. And yeah, too little too late for Hikaru. And he look at this, he gives up the g5 pawn. Because he saw that he has knight c4 there.
भाई Magnus Carlsen क्या ही खेलता है भाई.
भाई ये बराबर बोले हो भाई आप बहुत ही.
To beat him is just so difficult.
Guys, come on yaar, 26-28.
Guys, 53 people can subscribe here, which is very much doable.
And what a match we have in front of us, guys. Magnus versus Hikaru. The best of the best when it comes to speed chess. And king g5, knight c4, all of this has happened. Don't take that knight on c4 because then you might lose. Bishop c4 would be a grave error there.
Yeah, take, and then the pawn just queens. So e4, and now can we go back and chop this off? Yeah, he goes knight d6.
Sagar bhai, regardless of what time it is, you're always sharp with the knights, bhai.
Sharp at knights.
Now taking the e4 pawn would be a small mistake.
Yes, that would be terrible because take king here, and this is going down the board. Careful.
Maybe the move right now is just f6.
But king g6?
Yeah. And okay, are you trying? I mean, do you think it's actually tough for black?
Yeah, Magnus is thinking. Look at Hikaru, bhai. Look at Hikaru. He's like, what? Am I winning? He's calculated.
No. By f6, king g6, knight c4 is a good way. I see it.
Yes, you are right, Harshit bhai. That's the best way to play. And can white somehow press here? There's no way, it seems. Yeah, you just stand here this way.
Too much press, bhai. Too much press.
Bhai, what is this new word, press?
Pressure. Too much pressure.
By that, though, I know it's been on me from many days. Too much pressure. By the way, Magnus has played the move King D4, Bishop B1, King E5.
E5 back. Okay. Okay, Bishop C2. And now King D4 will be met with King F6.
Yeah, that
So
would
it's
be a
right?
big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So Knight C4, yeah? F6.
F6, and now he's going to go for this idea of Knight C4. Yeah. Because Bishop D3, black can go back Knight D6.
Yeah, this is already a draw because even if you like trade this.
Oh, he goes here.
What? He gives
Okay,
up.
Bishop B5, Knight C2 is a very clean way to draw. Yeah. And Hikaru is like, yeah, I guess that's just a draw. Takes on B4 and yep. Second game is also a draw, guys. So it's 1-1.
No one is able to make headway here between these two giants.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, in a boxing match, they're both trading punches, but they're not really able to, put the first big punch that puts their opponent down. And maybe in the upcoming games, as the rounds progress in boxing, as the games progress in this matchup, we might see more intense fights by.
Yeah, but do you think like right now these draws are helping Hikaru gain his confidence against Magnus? Because I think in overall this tournament, Magnus was showing some amazing form.
I mean, for sure. Yeah, I mean, both of them. I mean, not just Magnus, also Hikaru. I mean, if they're playing as finalists in the championship bracket without losing any game, I mean, performance by both of them has been nothing short of exemplary. But the question is, who will prevail?
Yeah,
as a winner?
True. By the way, Harshit Bhai, we have MVL who is playing right now against his very good friend Levon Aronian. So we can.
But I don't think Maxim is treating his very good friend well by right now because he won the first game.
Yeah.
Second game with the black pieces is a pawn up. And seems like he might just go ahead and lead this match 2-0.
Yeah, while MVL is doing really well, I think MVL would also be very, very happy that he beat Arjun. I think Arjun is really one of the big stars of shorter time controls these days.
Mm-hmm.
And this question which we were asked, Harshit Bhai, do you have any answer to it? Like, why are youngsters, like why are players who are older are doing better here?
I mean, also, this is just one event, right? So,
No, I mean in this 10+0 time control.
Yeah, hard to say actually, because I have to say that what? Okay, I don't know why it says a blunder for some reason. Wait, why was Queen E6 a blunder? Did he just blunder the C7 pawn or what? Why did it say it's a blunder? Okay, not sure what happened there.
Take here.
But Queen H3 and some tricks happening there, yeah.
Take here.
But it's just a perpetual. Yeah, okay, coming back to your question. I mean, Arjun for sure I thought was someone who would do really well. I even went as far as saying that he might even win this event, but Gukesh, for example, I don't know if in Blitz and Rapid he considered to be like a big specialist. Arjun for sure, Blitz and Rapid was his forte for a very long time. So a bit surprised for Arjun, but players like Magnus, Hikaru, Maxim, they've played so much online chess, they have so much experience. So maybe, like in 1-2 years, our players are going to have a lot of. Oh, by the way, mate, or bhai?
Look at this. King H2, white to play, black to play and win.
Oh my God.
So beautiful, Harshit Bhai.
Beautiful move. Boom, bam, boom.
Check. Take. Check.
Queen H3, King G1, and now an amazing move. Bishop to F1. And now Queen G2 checkmate is unavoidable. What? Okay, the game ended, right? I guess Maxim already won.
Fedoeev won against Artemiev. And now this game also, Maxim is winning.
Has won. He's up 2-0. Checkmate on the board.
Wow. very soon we will start with
Hey
then
guys,
the
um,
next game
Yes.
one
between
moment.
Magnus and Hikaru.
Yeah,
Congratulations
just give
to
checkmate on the board. Yeah, book winner. Right. Nice.
Vlad Fedoeev and to Maxime. You guys are moving on.
Yeah.
Levon and
Yes, so
Vladislav, you guys
now-
are done for today. We'll be in touch
See,
next
when the
week
next
regarding
game
prizes.
starts in a bit,
Definitely
players are
check the
not here.
standings for the
Harshit bhai, are you not
CCT
eating something now?
I already
finals.
ate, but I already ate. Actually, I might take your leave right
Some
now.
of you
Oh,
guys
why?
may have
What's
qualified.
up, Harshit bhai?
So
No,
yeah,
I
just
have
double
like
check that.
I have
We
three
have a
of my
live
cousins who
thing
have
on our stream
come
as
at my
well.
place, and then their mom. So we have
Otherwise,
like a
Harshit bhai,
yeah,
if it reaches
everyone who's
Armageddon,
not
then I
Magnus and
will
Hikaru,
message
you guys
you.
are
yes,
good to
yes,
go
bhai.
for
If it
today.
reaches Armageddon,
More
I'll come
info
back
to come
for
by
sure.
email.
Thank you, Harshit bhai.
Course,
Thank
bhai.
you for
क्या
joining
you're
in.
having
Bhai,
श्रीखंड क्या खा
I'm
रहे हो?
having
Magnus Hikaru will
water.
be going
I
भाई
just
चमची
playing
डाला है भाई
about,
आपने मुझे लगा
4 minutes from
भाई
now.
पानी में कौन चमची डालता है भाई
Yeah, you guys are
I'm
all
just
good to go
enjoying
except
life, Harshit
Hikaru
bhai.
and
With
Magnus.
small
Okay,
pleasures. I wanted to make Maggie and eat
And
Maggie while
Levon,
watching this.
I'll
But
send
then I
it to
thought
you.
like, anyway, it's not good for
Provisionally
health so
though,
much. So I'm
अरे
just
भाई भाई
drinking water.
I
Okay,
see
bhai.
you in 12th,
Sagar bhai,
12th place.
good to see these games with you.
Which means
Yes.
you
And maybe
qualify,
after
but
2 games, maybe after 2 games,
yeah,
I
If
will
it
I'll
is
get
back
you
if it
a
is
proper
2-2, guys, we
statistic
will get
in a bit.
Harshit bhai back. But let's see.
Until then, I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Guys, Harshit bhai all the way from Pune right now, very close to us, 200 kilometers away only from Mumbai. He's here at his parents' place, generally traveling across the world. Also, for the first time, will go all alone to Armenia to commentate
Okay.
on Stepan
Thanks, guys. See
Avakian
you tomorrow.
Memorial, where we have Prag and Arvind playing, which will be so exciting. Let's see what's going on in the chat right now. चम्मच का जेंडर ही चेंज कर अरे गाइस chamchi is Gujarati word. You know, me and Harshit bhai actually Gujaratis, but when we meet we only talk in Hindi. But actually we both are Gujaratis. At home I speak in Gujarati with my parents. He speaks in Gujarati with his parents. Shashank Shekhar Singh is like Maggie khalo bhai. I was planning to like make it on the gas and then bring it here and eat. But let's see, guys. Match begins in 5 minutes, says Anurag. That might be a good... Why are we hearing 2 commentaries? Muhin says. Muhin, maybe something else is going on in your machine. What is the reason for Magnus's success? Why is he so dominating? Says Shai Shivaji. Today we were just discussing this with Amruta. Like no matter whichever tournament you go, he never gets eliminated. Like, you know, you have Prag getting eliminated here, Gukesh, now Arjun. Sometimes you have the best of the players. But Magnus, very rare to see him getting eliminated. I think in some ways, what I have come to realize is that Magnus's chess strength is just very high. And so Amruta then asked me a question like, if his chess strength is so high, why didn't he reach 2900 ELO in classical chess? And I think my answer to that is that he got a bit bored of classical chess, like the standard chess and all the opening preparation around it. So, yeah. We hear arbiter telling start in 10 minutes. Really? Are you hearing it on the stream? Maybe then one of the cameras. Magnus has won every CCT event 5 times. सागर भाई IPL भी देख रहे थे क्या साथ में? नहीं भाई. I'm not actually following IPL. Although when I was very young, I was a very ardent cricket follower. Especially like I used to, you know, the craziest memory I have of watching cricket is we used to have like a local cable, local cable provider, and they used to ask different kinds of money for different channels that they would show. So ESPN was somehow not in our pack. And some cricket matches used to come on ESPN, and our neighbor would uh, had ESPN so in the pack that they had bought. So sometimes when the neighbor would be like traveling, we would actually open their home. I mean, of course, with due permission, and go and watch the match there. That is the level of dedication we had. Fakrul Mishu says, will you come to Norway for Norway chess? No, I wouldn't. But is there anyone living in Oslo? Because Aditya and Abhyudaya will be in Oslo for a couple of days after the event. If there's anyone staying in Oslo,
Hey guys,
we
I'm
need some
really sorry
help
about this, but
there
we're
in
having a
Oslo.
tech
So
issue
would be wonderful
on the
if you are
stream.
there
We need another
and
4
can
or 5
write to us
minutes.
at chessbaseindia@gmail.com or reach out in some way. Would be amazing. Mathematical chess says Gujarati ma kya thi Sagar bhai? Gujarat ma. I'm from my original town is Bhavnagar. लाला ताऊ से सागर भाई चेसबेस का चेस बोर्ड लेना था. मैं पुणे से मुंबई आया हूं अभी. आपका वसई विरार में स्टोर में बोर्ड मिलेगा क्या? लाला ताऊ आप यू कैन जस्ट कम हियर टू विद्या विहार or just write us an email.
Magnus,
I'll
not sure if
provide
you
you a
heard that,
number and we can try
but
to
it'll be another
somehow
3-4 minutes.
make it reach you tomorrow.
There's a tech issue on the stream.
भाई किसी को चेस का कुछ भी चाहिए तो अच्छा you can still hear arbiter speak.
I can't hear you.
Got it. These cameras are very okay. Now I've shut it down. Should be better now. Are the voices only of the arbiters or also players? Because if it is of the players, then it's nice. Yes. I mean I've shut down because these cameras had audio in it, but only arbiter. Okay. If it was player, it would have been so nice. Justin says it's good to hear what's happening. Okay. I'm not able to hear because I on this somehow through OBS I can't hear it. It goes live on stream. Sudipto says with the Indian players getting eliminated, will they not qualify for esports? I think Arjun has already qualified because his cumulative score of the first Champions Chess Tour and second gives him good enough points to be in top 12. So that is done. With regards to other Indian players, yeah, they will have to actually fight it out for the last 4 spots by playing this last qualifier. I don't know where it will happen, maybe in Riyadh itself, but there they will have to play. Gokul Satyan says, Sagar, I just joined the stream. What happened? Well, Arjun fought well against MVL but lost in the Armageddon, so he's out. And Magnus Hikaru finals are taking place before the grand finale. This is the winners brackets final. Last chance qualifier is organized in the US, I believe Danny said. That would be like insane, yeah, that all the 4 spots are going from one event. Maybe if it was from one event, then it should have happened in Saudi, perhaps. But yeah, let's see. When will Hikaru begin? Well, it should start any moment. Yeah, we are just waiting. Ananya says, anything to say about USA India? Well, very excited for sure. Also, I was curious, if this could be an interesting start of my attempt to practice chess seriously, play more tournaments and so on. We'll see. Yeah, this year there's no speed chess championship somehow. Next year it will happen. Oh, Tanmay says following German. Actually, I started following German championships, and Vincent had started with 3 out of 3. But now I don't know how many rounds are over and what is his score. But as you said, he's gaining 20 elo points. That's insane. That's huge. He's on 6.5 out of 7. That's so amazing. Which means that actually Vincent Keimer, if I go to 2700 chess and check, where is he? He has moved 6 spots up. He has 17 points that he's gained. Wow. He beat Frederick Swanner. He beat Martin Kramer. He beat Leonardo Costa. He beat Nicholas Huschenbeth. He beat Matthias Blubaum. Wow. Just shows how good he is. Okay, game started, guys. 1 second. Oh, are they playing the same opening again? Are they playing the same opening? Magnus may have some prep, yeah, now. B4. Oh, Magnus doing his prep in between the games. Maybe he got some ideas from Peter Heine Nielsen. Because here, rook takes e7 was played in the previous game, knight c5. No. In the previous game, they continued h3, bishop f3, knight f3, knight c5, rook e7. This is how it continued. And I think Magnus couldn't get much. So now Magnus improved first and he goes b4. Interesting that Hikaru actually played this. And by the way, on the next move itself, Hikaru has blundered. Actually, the best move here was bishop c3. Attacking here. And let's say I go a3. Then now a5. And black is doing well. But in the game, he went directly a5. And now, guys, there is a very strong move for white. Can you find it? And can Magnus find it? Because maybe it's not so trivial to find this. Oof, Magnus. Double question mark is a bit too harsh. I would put like dubious move. The problem here was Magnus had a very strong idea with c6. It's difficult to play this, especially because after take, I mean knight b6, but there's b5. Then I get both these passers. The main point is c6. I'm going b5 next. So even if you went like rook d8, okay, this just loses a piece, but or even cb7. Yeah, c6, b5 was super strong. In fact, Magnus had a winning edge there. Rook e7, ab. And now a very important moment in the game, guys. This game can get super sharp if Magnus is ready for it. You know what Magnus can play here? h3, he played it. Now take on d7. He takes it. Give up the rook. In for a treat, guys. In for a treat. मजा आ रहा है दोस्तों. और ये मैं मजा सारी दुनिया को देना चाहता हूं. Because now bishop d2, bishop d1, king d1. And you might think, oh, but this looks good for black after rook d8. But no, rook b7. Just, and then these pawns are rushing down. Hikaru now, I guess Hikaru, if you said A, you must say B. You have to take here. Yeah, bishop d1, king d1. And now, I don't know what to play. Maybe, can you go attack this pawn? Can you attack with the bishop this pawn? I don't know. Let's say, for example, I go here. Then there's knight e4, defending this pawn. Already pretty good here. Bishop d4 may also be met with knight b3 or knight e4. Take. Very, very tricky position. Attacking here and here. And this one, I'm not so sure if white has any meaningful advantage here. But good to see here that Magnus is thinking hard. I mean, he just played his move, so now it's bishop d4, knight e4 is on the board. Okay. Guys, here it does feel like Hikaru has to be super careful. He takes on c5. Good move. And now knight takes c5. He goes d6, which is another amazing move by Magnus. Because knight c5, he saw that after rook c8 or the other rook c8, he cannot anymore hold the position, hold his extra material. So d6, b6 played. And now you are an exchange down, but knight g5. And look at this, 1, 2, and 3 pawns, 3 pieces attacking there. Guys, Magnus's chess understanding totally off the charts. To understand that you give up an exchange and still keep an edge is so difficult. He hasn't played knight g5 yet. Oh, he played it. Great move by Magnus Carlsen. And now Hikaru under super pressure. Attack here with the knight, with the bishop, with the pawn. f7 is a boiling point. Oh, now it's only this game going on because the other one already over. Right? Because it was best of 2 in the losers bracket. So we have only one game going on right now. No need for the bar, but well, why not? Let's have it. So after knight g5, he goes king g7. The question is, can we go knight e6 check, king f6 and play knight f8? Kind of equal this position. But now, instead of going that route, the best move is f4, defending your f2 pawn. Finds it again. f4 is on the board. I was wondering, like, could you take with the knight here or the bishop? The problem is b5 just distracts the bishop, and if I take with the bishop, then king h6 attacks the knight. So f4 is really a super strong move. Super strong. Now with all sorts of threats here on the f7 point. And now Hikaru Nakamura has to figure out what to do. Tough moment for him. Although his material up, his exchange up, he needs to get something going. Maybe bishop takes pawn. Just get rid of that pawn. Guys, here clearly black is super better. Well, the last attempt could very well be to a rook d8, but then there's knight e6. This is the point. It's the point. Guys, just a second. Oh, he has gone h6, which is a mistake, because now knight e6 check and knight f8 is the best move. That gives white a huge advantage. Check. And now this is under pressure, and here it seems fine. King e2. g5, king f3. Magnus putting pressure here with the white pieces. He knows that if he gets an edge here, he would most likely win the match. G. If Hikaru manages to draw this game, he would have an edge in this match. If Magnus wins, then clearly Magnus is dominating. Zeno Chess, thank you so much for contributing on Help Chess and becoming a believer of Indian chess. Magnus is winning this. Even with the smallest of margins. I think one idea is just king coming in. Bishop g1. Can Hikaru manage to draw? I don't think so. But Magnus goes for a check. Has to come back here, otherwise the king will come and just snatch the pawn. Magnus makes a very rare error. Also, threat is check and winning the pawn if the rook moves away. Good move. Now check. King g5. And now king d5. Of course, he'll find it. If takes, the pawn is protected. Also, this pawn is the right colored rook pawn, which will greatly help white. King takes g4, rook e7. Nice move. The threat, very simply, d7, rook e8. And you can see Hikaru is almost about to give up. And Magnus knows that he's winning. Hikaru shaking his head there. He's so unhappy. Not making his move. Magnus has a big glass. I don't know. Naira Boy says fascinating to have a peek at how Magnus's brain works. That's true. Yes, if Magnus wins this, then Hikaru must win on demand in the next game. Rook c8, d7 wins, rook takes f7 wins. Both are winning. Check and take this. Also nice. Yeah, drink water, guys. Drink water. It doesn't matter how big Magnus's glass is. So by the way, rook c8, d7, rook c5, king d4, bishop goes back, takes the pawn. And now, okay, I want to make a queen, but there is rook d6 check, right? Wow. Oh, if he takes here, there's bishop e6 check. Magnus defends the pawn. Next up, rook c8, attacking the bishop. Maybe he has to give up the pawn to make squares for the bishop. But that's in no way enough. Rook d2, attacking a2. Now rook c8, very forced. Bishop b6, rook a8. Yeah, Ivanchuk is just doing amazing stuff, even at this age. He's a super inspiration. Agastya says, Sagar, I want to start a company like ChessBase India, but in a different sport. How should I do it? Okay, that's an interesting question. Maybe a long question. We can discuss it in the break. Rook a6. Magnus has to win this in 2 minutes. Hikaru has 44 seconds. How does Magnus queen the pawn? He brings his king up. Check. Okay. What next? How to win? Not sure. King e7. King e7. This check is not there. His bishop is controlling. Rook a8. Esports live stream होणार आहे का? हो, we'll try our best, Kaustubh. He blocks it. Now d8 queen coming up. Amazing. Shrisha says, thanks, Sagar. I'm awake and working now because of the stream. And Magnus Carlsen wins 2-1. He's leading the match, 4-game match. Hikaru can't believe he lost this. Well, it all happened because of some very small errors that were made, especially here with f4. I mean, amazing play by Magnus here. And then he just got it out and he converted this. And then won this. Final game left, guys. Hikaru in a must win, but he will have the white pieces. It will be very exciting to follow this one. Oh, game started. Hikaru in a must-win game goes for the close Sicilian, yeah? So let's start from move number 1, knight f3, knight f6, g3, b6. Magnus making sure that Harshit Bhai gets to spend more time with his family. But Hikaru is going all out here. Queen e2, hustles, g4. Wow. He wants to maybe go g5. Very aggressive choice. Guys, do like the stream. b5. He's playing on the queen side. Hikaru is going all out. Like, jeetna hai bhai humko. That's how Hikaru is going in. Knight at 7. And actually, that's not a great move. Now you can see that Hikaru has his chances here. Take on h6, bishop h6, knight d2, get the knight to f3, then to g5 maybe. f5 is in the air. You know, a lot of possibilities. He goes queen g4. Okay, brings the queen in here. I think the better idea was knight d2. Let's say you go b4. And now already I can go knight f3. Coming in here. Yeah, it can be very useful. But instead, he went queen g4, b4. Queen g3. Somehow Hikaru has lined up his queen opposite Magnus's king and must be looking for this f5 break at the right time. So have to be careful here as Magnus. It might look very simple to the engine, go rook b8, then f5. Bishop is hanging. So bishop takes c1, fg. And somehow it's not a mate here. Like bishop b2, gh, and I just go king h8 and my pawn shields here. And if you take here, he'll just go king h8. And again, winning position for black. Not easy to play with such cold-bloodedness, but if there's someone who can do that, it has to be Magnus. Bottom bar is misleading, sorry. It's of the previous game. Let me update it. Thanks for pointing it out. And Magnus has gone for his move. He's gone b takes c3, b takes c3 and bishop a6. Knight goes to d2, queen a5, bishop b2, and maybe just c4 and unleash this bishop on the long diagonal, or just go d4, even further stronger at some point. Yes, Harshit Simul video will be uploaded soon, guys. Working on it. Bishop b2, Magnus now thinking what's the best way. Well, one move is queen b6, attacking here and also threatening to push c4 to attack here. So let's say, for example, queen b6. If I go rook, that's the problem. Bishop takes pawn, not directly. Queen takes and c4. And this is hanging. So queen b5, instead of going queen b6, he chooses queen b5, attacking here and here. But what a nice move found by Hikaru. Knight c4. Now knight a5. Well, Magnus putting a lot of pressure on Hikaru's queen side. If the knight takes here, the b2 bishop also could hang. Also later on d3 pawn can get weak. Six minutes 30 seconds for Hikaru. 5 minutes 57 seconds for Magnus. Lalatau says, are you using OBS? Yes, this is OBS only. Simple. How is a4 here, says Raunak. Very interesting move actually, a4. Because, I can't let this knight fall, but queen b3, if you take here, I take on b2. That could be an idea. Knight a5, knight takes, queen takes b2, c4. Magnus has great control over the dark squares now with this bishop gone. e5 is such an interesting move, because if f5 now, then maybe king h8, fg, rook g8. So e5. Let's see if Hikaru manages to put Magnus under pressure or not. It's not at all easy. He seems to have the promising position with f5 or rook b1, trying to enter here with doubling. But yeah, it's not so easy, not so simple. Hikaru could also rest over the initiative here. He does go f5. And now, movement actually. King g7. fg6, fg6. I'm not sure. I think here, Magnus being super sure. He has 4 minutes, 40 seconds. It's just sudden finish, you know, there's no increment. Plays queen to d2, hoping that after everything there's a check and we can trade queens. But yeah, takes. There is check here. Takes king h8. Okay, now. Now the battles can get reversed. And look at Hikaru there. Doing this to himself and he's like, what the hell am I doing? Bishop check. Seems like a good plan. King h1. He's gotten rook g8. King h1, rook g8. And what is on his mind? Because, yeah, queen h5. Wants to come back. Meanwhile, for Magnus, a draw is more than enough. So Hikaru needs to really tread carefully here. By the way, look at how Magnus just gave up a pawn so that now the files do make send queen h5. Now rook f8. Offering trade of rooks. Ooh, rook takes g2. Magnus blunders. Hikaru gets an opportunity here, guys. King h1, bishop c8. Magnus trying for this. Now the only move here, but easy one for black. And the move is rook f3. And that just stops bishop g4. I mean, every single tempo counts here. Can he? Oh, finds it. Queen e2, rook g1, another powerful move. Rook g4, rook f g3. Very important move. Because if you take here, there is queen takes f3 check. And Hikaru is shaking his head. But why Hikaru? Oh, he goes this. Did he blunder? No. Actually, rook g3. If Hikaru spots this, he's winning. Why is he shaking his head? What? What? Hikaru resigns in a lost position, in a winning position, and Magnus like, whoa, the most shocking thing has just happened. Oh my god, look at Hikaru. He can't believe what he did. He's laughing now. Oh my god. This is insane finish. This is insane. Hikaru was winning, he resigns. He can't believe it. He can't believe it. Oh my god. That just... Magnus is like, I should have played this better. But guys, rook fg3 and Hikaru was winning here because of bishop h5's mate. but other all moves were losing, so he resigns, and Magnus actually wins this 3-1 and goes into the grand finale. Oof. You can see Hikaru's camera got stuck there. Yeah, Hikaru just believed Magnus there. That's what happens when you face Magnus Carlsen. Sometimes the position is just winning for you, but it's much more than just chess moves. Players can't see the bar. They have to figure out the winning move on their own. And here, if only Hikaru was super alert, he would have won the game, because this bishop is pinned. It's being threatened to take. No, not mouse slip. Mouse slip. He just resigned there. Hikaru just didn't see this move and he thought, oh, I'm just losing my queen if I save my queen. Let's say, for example, queen takes here, then bishop f3, and then it's a checkmate. And so he just resigned. Hikaru believed Magnus effect. True. Well, we'll make a video on this for tomorrow. For now, guys, I hope that you had a good time. I'm glad that I actually streamed this match. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for following. And now Hikaru goes into the losers bracket. I think we can have a look at who is facing who, right? Here, I think I can try and figure out the results. So now we see here it's Magnus Hikaru. So Magnus already went into the finals here. Meanwhile, here in the losers bracket, Nodirbek versus Fedoeev. Okay. And Nepo versus MVL. Whoever wins here will go up. So it's going to be quite an exciting day tomorrow, but I think Magnus might get a break tomorrow. Okay. See you guys. Bye. Take care. And thank you all for following. And if you want to support these streams, then do check out the links in the description and some interesting stuff there.